Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMtrading. Today is February 9th, 2021, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, Bitcoin explodes to the upside to $46,000 a Bitcoin. This is on the back of the fact that CEO Elon Musk of Tesla will be buying $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin in order to facilitate exchanges in Bitcoin for people who are purchasing their cars. Now, looking at the major economic events of the day, nothing scheduled for today. But as we look at the Forex symbols, we're watching the GBP break out on the upside. While we're looking at the indices, both the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ make new record highs. And looking at commodities, oil continues to climb while oil continues to bounce. In terms of the stocks, we still have a mixed bag. Tech stocks are really weak. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, it's Bitcoin that makes new record highs. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're going to take a look here at the GBP USD at a 4-hour chart. And you guys remember, I've been mentioning this the whole week, that we had this resistance at this 137.39-ish level, and finally breaking above it to 137.84. Now, this is really very important because if this continues at this rate, we could see ourselves back, if we look at a weekly, into this 141, 143 range. So something to consider as the dollar is weakening across the board. Now, the euro is following suit, but on a very small scale. Okay, we bounced about 30 pips yesterday. Now, looking at commodities, gold first is the one to continue bouncing as we make back to this 1800-ish level, plowing through that potential resistance level of 1,830 as we're trading at this 1838. Now, I do believe we'll continue trading within a range. Okay, for all intents and purposes, our next real resistance level is 1862. So, this could have been exhausting the end of the smooth, potentially. Now, looking at oil, this continues to push higher. Not even a pullback. Look at that, to 58.51 as it's closing in on our $60 range. Okay, this is really very important because since the pandemic started, we have not been at this area at all. So markets are anticipating some sort of opening in the next 3 to 6 months as the future markets are responding. Now, looking at the Dow Jones, we're trading at 31,267 as this is pushing higher yesterday to all-time record highs. Okay, 31,300-ish level, just touching it, or just barely touching it. But with all intents and purposes, not going to new record highs with massive volume. Okay, so I'm a little bit suspicious about these new record highs, as the NASDAQ also is flatlining here at its record highs at 13,679. But when we look at the stocks, we're not seeing them actually break out higher. Now, there are the lesser known stocks, like the mid-sized stocks, that are going higher, and that's what's pushing up the market, not the leaders. Okay. However, looking at the individual stocks, Alcoa continues to push higher. We are hitting a resistance-ish level here, and JP Morgan also getting to this 140-ish range as this is challenging its all-time highs from before. So this is getting itself back into that all-time highs while the Dow Jones is pushing to record highs. Now, jumping into high tech, dead. Okay, Apple went and gained $2 a share, but really, all intents and purposes, that's almost nothing. If we jump into Facebook, also unchanged for the day. Amazon, really unchanged for the day, 3,300, and Microsoft as well. So really, in terms of the high-tech stocks, nothing pushing out higher. I'd like to see some sort of strength there, in order for us to really justify these new record highs. Now, lastly, looking at Bitcoin, okay, this is a news event that came out yesterday, 38,000 to 47,000, pushing to all-time highs, as Elon Musk says he's going to be facilitating transactions for purchasing Teslas with Bitcoin. Okay, so he had to buy Bitcoin in order to facilitate that. That added so much value to Bitcoin that it usurped to $47,000 a Bitcoin. I mean, this thing has gone from 29,000 from the beginning of the month, okay, to where we are right now. So in a matter of 2 weeks, we've gone up almost $17,000 in a Bitcoin. Unbelievable. Really very, very, very volatile and tremendous opportunities throughout the day. Now, it's a double-edged sword. When you get into these type of plays, okay, the volatility is crazy and you can make a lot of money, but you could also potentially lose significant amount of money. So with that said, just be careful if you do look to, play the ranges or, fade it a little bit. Okay, if it's challenging, this double top at 47,257, just make sure that you're taking very, very aggressive stop losses. Okay, you don't want to be finding yourself, flipped up on the other side. And then especially if you're going to double down, don't, you really have to stick to a very strict and disciplined trading system when you're trading this at these type of levels. So just be aware there is a lot of potential in it, but potentially also if you're not really managing your risk properly, you can find yourself at the other side of the trade. So with that said, okay, if you want to participate it, there's definitely opportunities, but again, just be very, very aggressive with your risk management. This is Fred Razak, and I wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.